all times, but I never spend a day in the rain in the front line. No lie. Stop playing on my phone line. Pull up in the space coupe with the roof optional. Wonder why they follow suit.
From the site of Super Bowl 56, set to be contested this upcoming February, we are at the gorgeous new SoFi Stadium here in Inglewood. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Cleveland Browns and the Los Angeles Chargers. Teams about to reach the halfway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Taken about 7 yards deep. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. 20-yard line. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Man open, it's Goodwin. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. To the 33-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks. But it doesn't matter what you call the position, it's who you put there, and there we saw completion.
Tackle made there by the safety, Derwin James.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll set up a throw. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a first down on a gain of 10. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory. The ball carrier. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Back to throw. And finding the tight end, Hooper. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down. And a good sign for them right now to have their young quarterback looking confident on the opening drive.
Now, we haven't met a young quarterback, a veteran quarterback. It doesn't matter. We haven't met a quarterback yet that doesn't tell us he's confident about his abilities, right?
That's true.
But when you're young, it's really important to get off to a good start because it does build up that confidence. It allows him to play better as the game goes on.
Especially crucial here on the road. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Back to throw here. They set up the screen to Chubb. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. It goes as a gain of 9, and it moves the chains.
9 yards.
Okay, I'm not so great at math, but I just looked over at our statistician, Marvin, and he signaled to me 5 for 5 to get things started here on this opening drive. Where I come from, that's pretty good.
That is pretty good. Now, what do you do defensively to adjust?
Well, this is where you've got to make a decision as a defensive coordinator. Do you really get after the quarterback, or maybe you tighten down on the receivers, bump them off of their routes, chip away at their timing so things aren't as precise as they've been so far in this game?
Now a throw downfield is taken in by his running back. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Browns first down.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he gets this inside the 10 to the 9. It's also a gain of 9. That was the 9th play of the drive, and they pick up 9 yards with it.
2nd and 1 at the 9.
Line of scrimmage, the 9. 2nd and about a yard. One that's intercepted. Derwin James with it back, and the return goes up to his own 17-yard line. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Here's the first carry for Austin Eckler. And he'll take this one up over the 20 to the 21-yard line.
The ball carrier.
On the stop was Aaron Donald.
On the stop.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
On the tackle. A gain of a yard brings up 3rd and 5.
And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, Wilson. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a 1st down. Running on 1st down, Eckler. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 42-yard line.
And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Second and 11. Wilson. On the screen, this is Eckler. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 11 yards there, 1st down.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
Tackled that time by Ronnie Harrison.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
We're scoreless after one.
Quarter with no score.
Charger football to start quarter number 2 as they're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go. On 2nd and 9, Wilson. And his throw here is incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Hunter Henry. But now it's 3rd down.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. On 3rd down, Wilson. Double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Grant Delpit. He's got the lane, and there he goes. And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns. Those free safeties, they get to sit back there if they've got good pass rushers like this team does. Read like a book. He read it like a book and took it in for 6.
And if they use their eyes well and their anticipation skills, they can make big plays, just as what we saw, a free safety's dream. Follow the football, go to it, and take it the other way.
Taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Inside the 10-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Partner, this is almost an unwinnable spot for a defense. They have to come right out for a 1st and goal trying to stop them. But let me hold on a second. Let me take that back real quick. They can win here if they force a field goal try. Still a long ways away from that happening, but that has to be what they're thinking right now.
And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. The LA defense up the snuff in coverage there. Pushes this to 4th down.
He certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Seibert's kick is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. They had it 1st and goal, 3 attempts, couldn't get it in, so they settle for 3.
Yeah, the field tends to shrink a little bit the closer you get to the goal line, doesn't it? It doesn't sound right. It sounds like counterintuitive. But you run out of space to run the deep route, so they can just sit on the shorter stuff if you're going to throw it. If you want to run it, there's just not as much space. They end up having to take 3 there. Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, They give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Here's Eckler to begin the drive. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Play action. Now Wilson. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short gain.
To throw on 3rd down. Wilson. He'll fire this one deep for Eckler. And Wilson's going to intercept it 3rd time. Picked by Ronnie Harrison.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is 3rd down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Here's 2nd and 8. It's got Hooper on the short connection. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line.
It's a gain of 10.
It's a 1st down on a gain of 10. And again this time to the tailback. And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29.
27.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. And he'll give it here to his running back. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line.
He's taken down at the 30.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
That's out to Chubb, complete. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. Move the chains, a gain of 7 on 3rd down.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Deep ball for Goodwin. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Desmond King picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. 2nd interception for him now here in this 1st half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates are going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. We'll see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen.
2nd and 6.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2.
Well, Aaron Donald just so strong they can't block him, and he records the sack.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall. They can put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
On third down, here's Eckler. And he will take this into enemy territory as he's out of bounds on the other side of midfield. A big play there for the Chargers. 51 yards on the ground.
1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost.
From the gun, it's Wilson. And he's got it out on the left side. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Wilson. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. Inside the 15 before they drop it. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, LA. Austin Eckler with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Chargers are able to make this a close game again. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. And a lot of football, full half to be played. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And you're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Desmond King picks it. So this struggle is just continuing here in the first half, throwing the football. Charles now 3 interceptions.
And they don't feel like they're just great plays by the defense. There's a sense that maybe he's a little careless with the football now. So some of the great coaches in the past, you know, they've always said, I can't teach you, obviously, because you're not listening. So maybe the bench can teach you. He's got to be careful now. He might get pulled.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Wilson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Greedy Williams picks it off. The 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown.
We constantly talk about defenders having great vision and being able to see plays unfold and make their own plays, but you also have to have good feel as well because you can't see everything out there. See the play unfold, feel what's going on, and then get into the right spot and make your own play. And in this case, it turned out to be a highlight one.
Fielded in the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say, I'm running a draw, I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. First by him near the 35. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
10 at the 37-yard line.
First down, and they stick with Eckler. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Now a timeout taken.
46-yard line.
Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. Going deep here for Allen. And now here's another interception. Picked up by Grant Delpit. And he will be out of bounds as time has run out on this first half. So we are at halftime here on Halloween. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Chargers going to get the football first here in this second half, and they trail as we get back underway. Well, throw on first down with Wilson. He's going to look for Allen now. And got his man complete. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. It's a big one there for the Chargers. 51 yards.
First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And good pressure defensively to stop him for a loss of a couple. And there's also a flag to go with it. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
14.
Operating from the gun, Wilson. Open man here is Foster. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. That goes for a gain of 31. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well. They'll get a few stops.
To throw is Wilson, operating from the gun. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. From 3 yards out. And the Chargers have made this a one-score game. The touchdown all set up by the big play one snap before, but they finish it off here with a shorter completion, this time for the score.
I like how they stuck with what got them there, right? Big pass play. Got the momentum going, right? That's you create it with a play like that, and you come right back with another pass play to finalize things off.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Deep ball for Goodwin. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Derwin James with a pick. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Or you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game. Go to the press conference. Meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. From the gun, Wilson. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. 11 yards there, 1st down. It's been a remarkable day at the office for him running the football. Those yards just continue to pile well past 100.
And how about more than double-digit carries in the second half alone? That's what you want as a runner, because you've got to prove to your offensive line that you're going to be as tough as they are. They don't rotate in and out on every play. Running backs often do, so those who can stay out there with their offensive linemen, those are the guys they really value.
And this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. Touchdown, LA. Robert Forster, his 2nd touchdown on the season, and the Chargers have taken the lead. It's up and good to make it 21-17.
Makes the score Chargers 21. Browns
following the touchdown. Badgley out there to kick it away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. Their lead, they have seen it evaporate completely after such a good first half. They've been shut down here in the 3rd quarter.
Searching for answers, trying to figure out what it's going to take to get back to where they were before. The big part of it is that sometimes you don't have to go exotic now. You go back to basics. Being able to run the football, string some things together, some effective passes, try and get a rhythm established again, and try and get back in the lead.
Back in the lead, like you said, back to the basics. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. On play action, they'll throw. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. He's got Hooper on the short connection. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. The throw down the field, caught by his running back. And he'll take it into the
zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb, his 4th touchdown on the year. And once again, the Browns are back in front. Pretty good response. They had given up the touchdown and the lead, but they struck back.
And I love the way that they just saw it happen. Took a quick exhale on the sidelines. So let's go get it back and fast. Let's go ahead and throw the ball downfield and get our own 6 points.
A huge chunk play to regain that lead.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10. That throw into the arms of Allen. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 16 yards is the pickup there, and a 1st down for L.A. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back 1st downs.
He was tackled.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Once more, here's Eckler. And he's going to be met at about the 43. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Throwing is Wilson. Now they go screen. It's complete. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line.
That's a nice clip and save sequence there defensively because they did everything as they would have wanted to. They forced the 3rd down, blanketed the field with coverage, nowhere to go with the football, forced the dump off to the back, and even then they closed quickly and got him down behind the line of scrimmage. You name it, they did it well in that last sequence.
The Browns drive about to get started, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Good work after the catch, going to net him 23 and a 1st. And one play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. A run for Nick Chubb. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Escapes the sand. But now he's swallowed up and taken down. Joey Bosa able to take him down. It's a loss of 3.
Got to give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the...
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Russell Wilson sacked.
So they keep the ball, but work to do on 2nd and long. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's going to float this one. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way down to the 10-yard line. A big play that time for Cleveland. And even 40 yards. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal? They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Nick Chubb, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. People always talk about one of his biggest strengths, running the football, vision, and he found the spot there, went into the end zone.
You're exactly right about that. It wasn't just the vision, right? Once he saw the gap, decisiveness, made up his mind, and about the power to finish the play. Not only did he get good blocking, he created his own space as well.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. He'll fire this one deep for Eckler. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Wilson. And that one got tipped. Got to throw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He'll fire this one deep for Eckler. And they almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now 4th down.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. It is incomplete. The 4th down play doesn't work for the Chargers. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position.
Is a turnover on downs.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he is in
into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers. That meant fly route, go. Look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And when he stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Charger drive about to get going. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Incomplete.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. To throw again. Wilson going deep here for Allen. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
10 at their own 9-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth quarter lead. They'll come out throwing here on first down. And that is incomplete. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. The Browns on 3rd down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And almost intercepted. That would have been his 3rd pick in this game alone. Instead, 4th down.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. Nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Chargers will be set up pretty well as they take over in great field position. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Eckler. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7.
It's a pickup of 3.
Off the play fake, here's Wilson. He's going to look downfield for Henry. Pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the lead is now 24. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Taken in the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this fourth quarter. Back to the air, Wilson after the pick six. He's airing it out for Williams. And now here's another interception. Touchdown, Denzel Ward. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
At their own.
With that interception, he just set a record that nobody ever wants to set, and that's the most picks ever in an NFL game. Eight.
The last time we saw 7, 2001, right?
Yeah.
Ty Detmer was with the Lions at that time. To get to 8, are we sure he knows what color jerseys his team's wearing in this one?
I don't know. It has not been good. They run it again with Chubb. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Jerry Tillery drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. Here's Jamie Gillen now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. A 41-yard punt there with no return, and it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. That one good for 26 and a first down. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play we're working on. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Throwing again. Wilson. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson going to throw deep for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line. And we now have a new single-game interception king, a record-breaking 5th pick there.
If that's not the true definition of a ball hawk, I don't know what is. That is absolutely phenomenal. What comes to mind quickly, partner, is one of the more recent ones to get to 4. D'Angelo Hall, a terrific player in his own right.
And my goodness, another interception. game like this, 5 interceptions. What does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions. End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain, so you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football, because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys are just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a